Hey YouTube, do you ever wonder how TikTok streamers have the nice overlay on their stream with like the perks, the survivors, the hook states, and the gen count, etc. and the powers? Well, today I'm making this tutorial to show you guys how to do it because I found this thing very hard to make and there was no tutorial or whatsoever on TikTok or on YouTube. So yeah, I hope you find this video helpful and yeah, I'll show you. So first of all, obviously, you want to have like a game capture thing on your main scene. And what I did is making new scenes. You can call it, for example, Survivors 2. And basically the thing with this scene, it's gonna have the overlay, the picture with the Survivors picture. And yeah, there's some add-ons and plugins you will have to download, but I'll link them down in the bio. The first thing you would want to download is Advanced Masks. I'll put the link in my bio. It's you can trust this app even if when you download it, Windows will tell you like, oh, run anyway or something like that. So just run it anyway. It's open source, you can trust it, you can even see the code, so there's nothing to worry about. And if you don't have a vertical source on your OBS, then this is the plugin you would like to download. It's Atom Vertical. I'll make sure to put that link in my bio too. It's open source again. When you download it, Windows will say like, oh, this file is dangerous, but you can just trust it, like just run it anyway. You can even see the code somewhere on their GitHub. So right now I'm experiencing some audio problems, so I have to voice over all from the start, so I'm not sure if I'm going to miss something or whatever, but now I'm recording this again. But yeah, basically what you want to do is you want to start with a base scene, which is the vertical scene, and then you gotta make a new scene, which is for the survivor perks and everything, for like the mask, you know, if you have for the PNGs basically. So you go to vertical source and then you go to the plus button, you click on it and then you click window capture and then you click new. Make sure to click new and then you choose Dead by Daylight as the window. And if you don't choose the capture method as Windows 10 or something, it's gonna be locked. To fix the perks and the survivor icons, I like to go on how to play on the game and then I start a killer game, so like I go to kill the bots, that way I can look at the survivor images and stuff. So yeah, here you can see that my game is frozen on OBS. I was a bit confused myself, but that's because I had the capture method as automatic. So you right click the window capture properties and then switch it to Windows 10, whatever it says, like just Windows, not the automatic. So this is in the survivor scene. Remember that the survivor scene is going to only have the survivor icons, the hook states, the gen, and the power if you're playing killer. If not, it's the items when you're playing survivor. So you go to the scene, you right click it and then filters, and then you go to effect filters and click on the plus. So you have to click on Advanced Mask and you would get that button only if you downloaded the Advanced Mask plugin. So make sure to remember that. So mask effect, you want to have Alpha Mask and don't click on shape. Here I was a bit confused myself. Go to mask type and then you click on image because what you're going to use is an image for the thing. So as you can see, I'm clicking on browse, going to pictures. I clicked on that, as you can see, and now the screen is black on the survivor. And the trick here is that when you as you can see, the PNG is locked. You can't move it around. It stays on the power thing. So what you have to do is go back to filters, click on the advanced mask, and if you see the scaling button there, you have to switch it to manual, not fit to stretch. And then this is the tricky part. It took me like 4 hours. You're gonna have to use the scalings there, the position X and position Y to align it. I'm not gonna do it in this video because it's very hard. It takes some time. You have to be precise. I can show you how my scalings are later, but again, it depends on how big your screen is on the stream. If your gaming screen or like gaming capture is way too big, then I don't think it will fit. Or like it actually depends on the window capture. But yeah, as you can see, I'm showing you like my tip is to use like the arrow thingies, like you can see I'm clicking, and also use the scale tool. Like trust me, the scale tool, it's very useful. I thought it's just the X and Y that matters, but the scale tool actually helps, especially when it comes to fixing the hooks. So as you can see, you go back to your main scene, which is the vertical scene. You click on add source, then scene, and then you go to item vertical and you choose the scene that you just made, the PNG scene, which is Survivors 2 in my case. After clicking on it, you will get like, you make sure that the Survivor scene is on top of game capture on the vertical sources, and then you can move it around. And yeah, it takes some time, so don't be mad if you're like struggling with it. I got mad. If there's any tip, you have to like take a break. And the same thing goes for perks. So you just make a Windows capture, select Dead by Daylight, switch to Windows 10 as capture method, and then you go to filters, advanced mask, and then you browse, and yeah, that's the same thing for it's the same thing for Survivor. So just go to Survivor and yeah, and again use the scaling. This is my scaling for the perks, as you can see, but again it depends on how big your gameplay is. But yeah, that's how my scaling looks like. So it's like 71 on scale, minus 196, etc. So right now I'm going to play a normal game. That way you guys can see how it should look like at the end, like the finished product. But yeah, make sure to go to your main scene again and add source scene and then item vertical, and you choose those scenes where you made the perks and Survivor. And the reason why you don't put the window capture in the same scene as the main scene, as you can see, as you saw earlier, like if when we went to Survivors, you could only see the picture of Survivors, and we don't want that to happen. So that's why we just put it on its own scene, and then you import the scene into the main scene. You add it as a source. That's it. So right now I queued into a game as Chucky. My point here, or like my goal here, is to show you guys how the hook states look like and how it should look like at the end. As you can see, the power, it's in its own square. People can see the gen count and like the Mori count and stuff like that. You can also see my perks, and yeah, you can customize it however you want. I don't know what this Claudette was doing, by the way. She was just AFK. She was asking for it for some reason. Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering about the background blur, what I did is just made a display capture and shows my I made a display capture source and then I put it behind the game capture, and with the I think I downloaded a plugin that's called Shader Filters. You can just look that up. And then I just added the blur effect. But you don't have to do that. Like, you can keep it a black screen, or maybe you can have an image. It's your decision. And as you can see there, like the Claudette, she has the hook state and it's very visible, which is amazing. Here you are, Steve. Okay, right now we just downed Steve, so we can just hook him, and that way you can see the hook. Again, the reason I'm hooking every single Survivor is to make sure that you guys see, like, that's how I tested if it looks right. This Claudette, I don't know why she's AFK. I would hate it if I was playing Survivor and she's like doing this. And I'm gonna hook Claudette again so that you can see the second hook state. And as you can see, it's pretty visible. And that's it for the tutorial. I hope you found this very helpful. I'm gonna make sure to put the links in the bio for like the plugins that you would need for OBS. As for streaming on TikTok, that's not really the point of this tutorial. You're gonna have to look up another tutorial. The reason I made this one is because I couldn't find any tutorial about this when I needed it, and it was such a struggle. If you found this video helpful, make sure to drop a like and subscribe.